What up, guys? Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We are back live outside the Diddy trial with some updates. Hit that like button, guys. As you guys come in, we are live. Manhattan. The band's about to pull up and pick up some of the people about to exit the court. Rihanna was on the stand, and she was testifying that Diddy held her by her legs and put her over the 17th floor balcony, guys. Now the defense is fighting back, guys. The defense is fighting back, and they are fighting back hard. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Anybody coming in, get the likes up. Hit that like.
She high. Anytime I ever got high, anytime I ever got high.
Now, Diddy's lawyers have been cross-examining Rihanna, the lady that got immunity for this testimony, and testified she was Cassie's friend, and that Diddy held her by her legs over the 17th floor of a balcony on the 17th floor, and the cross-examination has been strict and tough on her. So Diddy's team has been fighting back. Let's see what we have here. All right. Diddy's lawyer asked Cassie. Well, Diddy's lawyer said, ask Rihanna about Cassie. All right, about Cassie including the balcony incident in her own lawsuit. And then Rihanna said, that's true. Diddy's lawyer. Cassie said this happened at a hotel, right? Rihanna says she didn't say it like that. Diddy's lawyer, you said your apartment, it has a balcony. Now, there was some confusion because the lawsuit that Cassie filed against Diddy, she had stated that the incident that Rihanna had happened at a hotel. Now, Rihanna testified that she had to correct Cassie about putting that inside of her lawsuit that she filed against Diddy because it did not happen at a hotel. They got the locations mixed up. Now, what Diddy's team is trying to prove, they're trying to prove that Rihanna, who claimed that the incident happened with Diddy about getting held over the balcony, and Cassie was kind of like plotting something to put a story together to say that, yeah, the incident of Diddy holding you over the thing over the balcony happened here and there. And Diddy's lawyers is pretty much trying to put inside the juror's head that they got their messages crossed. They got their story wrong, their messages crossed, and that basically they're lying. They're lying about the incident that happened. So that's what I'm saying. Diddy's team is putting forth these questions to try to trip up Greek, right? So let me see. Rihanna says, I didn't say it like that. Holmes' lawyer says, Cassie told you she never saw you over a balcony. Question mark. Brianna, no, ma'am, I don't remember. Holmes' lawyer, all right. Right here, read this page, then look up. You had these conversations. And then Rihanna says, I don't know. Oh. They shooting? Nope. Nope. All right, there's a bunch of marriages going on, weddings inside this area. All right, I was like, hey, they shooting? Holmes' lawyer, about this alleged balcony incident, you and Miss Cassie talked about the date, the place, who was there. Reese says true. Diddy lawyer, in 2015 and 2016, you didn't see any signs of violence, true? Reese says, I don't know the exact year. Diddy lawyer, the birthday party, what drugs were you doing? Bree says, I don't remember. Diddy lawyer, alleged knife throwing incident. He just walked in and threw a knife. Bree says, I'm not sure. Diddy lawyer, are you telling the truth? Objection, objection. The prosecutors objected to that question. They objected to that question. Hit the like button. Judge said, sustain. Diddy's lawyer, didn't you tell the government they would get in knife fights, plural? Rihanna says, I don't remember. Diddy's lawyer, let me show you. Rihanna, I was suggesting where the knife came from. Diddy's lawyer, because it makes no sense. So Diddy's lawyer is going right at Rihanna's testimony that Diddy threw a knife at Cassie, and then Cassie threw the knife back. He's going at her, saying that pretty much, look, I think you're lying about the incident when Diddy supposedly held you over the balcony. I think it was you and Cassie that made up this story just so Cassie can put inside of her lawsuit against Diddy. Okay. Holmes lawyer, you're saying you don't know how he got in to throw the knife, but once he's left, you're no longer worried. Rihanna, I don't remember how I felt. All right. Diddy's lawyer, you say at a photo shoot, Mr. Combs said, I could kill you. Rihanna says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, but at first you told the government it was at a party. They trying to trip her up again with her testimony, her earlier testimony, getting her dates wrong, getting her locations wrong. Rihanna says, I don't know. Diddy's lawyer, your first demand letter said, Mr. Combs said I could kill you while he hung you over the balcony. Not at a party, but but he said he would kill you as he hung you over the balcony, question mark. And then Brianna says, well, he did both. He threatened me both at the party and while he hung me over the balcony. She said, just not at the same time. So Diddy's lawyers are trying to come back hard and try to trip her up, trying to pretty much say that, look, you and Cassie Ventura hashed out this plan for Cassie Ventura's lawsuit so she could put aside her lawsuit that, you know, she knew about Diddy hanging you across the balcony, but she got the facts wrong. Y'all got crossed up, and basically you're lying about the incident. And that's what they're trying to put inside the juror's head, trying to sow doubt inside the jurors so they can pretty much disregard this false testimony from Brianna, who has been given immunity because she was going to plead the fifth. She pleaded the fifth, so she won't incriminate herself, and they signed off on her getting immunity. Defense. This is from CNN. Defense attorney questions Brianna's memory after she said earlier that Combs threw a knife at Cassie. Defense attorney Nicole Westermoreland questioned Brianna, pressing her allegations that she saw Sean Diddy Combs throw a knife at Cassie Ventura, suggesting she doesn't actually remember that incident. Brianna told prosecutors in an interview that Cassie and Sean Diddy Combs would get in knife fights sometimes. According to the interview notes referenced by Westermoreland, that's Diddy's attorney, Rihanna said she doesn't remember saying that and stands by the memory she testified to today. She says she doesn't know how or where Combs got a knife to throw at Cassie. Remember, this morning, Rihanna said that on one occasion, when she was staying at Cassie's apartment, they were awoken by Combs, and that once inside, he threw the knife in Cassie's direction. Rihanna testified that she didn't call the police following the incident because she was just scared of Puff Daddy. Once again, scared of Puff Daddy. Hit that like button, guys, as we come live outside the big trial. They are wrapping up right now the testimony inside the courtroom. Many people are here. Shout out to Bad is in the building. Salute you, Bad. Also from CNN, Hit the like button, guys. Anybody new, subscribe to the channel, please. Raise a raise, please subscribe. Brianna testifies Ventura asked her to be named in her lawsuit over the balcony incident, but she refused. Okay. Brianna confirmed that she spoke to Cassie Ventura before and after Cassie filed her lawsuit in November 2023. Cassie asked Brianna to name her in connection with the balcony incident in her lawsuit, but Brianna said she refused. Brianna also testified that she did not tell any of her friends about her own lawsuit. All right. Brianna confirmed she had conversations with Cassie about the balcony incident both before and after Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy, including discussions about the location and who was present. She said Cassie described the incident as happening at a hotel with a different person present. And now that's where the problem lies, according to Diddy's defense. They're saying, look, you said it happened at a hotel. Well, Cassie said it happened at a hotel, but you said Cassie got that wrong. What are y'all doing? Are y'all trying to run a play on a jury? Are y'all trying to run a play? Were y'all trying to run a play? Y'all were trying to get y'all story straight so y'all could get some money from our defendant, Diddy? Y'all are in cahoots to talk about the incident, about the balcony, just to add to the strength of your lawsuit against Diddy. That's basically what Diddy's defense team is going for. Hit that like button. As I said, they are fighting back against Bree's testimony that Diddy allegedly bruised her and held her over a balcony, screaming and cursing her out, saying, "You know what the F you did? You know what the F you did?" Held her over a 17-floor balcony. And Diddy's defense team is hitting back, saying, "Oh, you're pretty much making that up. There's no evidence. You didn't go to the police. You could have been killed. He could have dropped you off of that balcony. You were so scared, that he could do that, but you didn't go to the police and rat him out. You know." So hit that like button as you guys come in, though, guys. All right. They had a sidebar. All right. This is about a demand letter right here. Combs' lawyer asked her, "You met the government January 18, 2024. Didn't mention the I could kill you part, but put it in your subsequent demand letter as far as the lawsuit, as far as you want in payment from Sean Diddy Combs about that incident about the balcony." She said yes, in a demand letter, I don't know when. So Diddy's lawyer said, "Look, you met with the government January 18th, 2024, but didn't mention, Diddy said I could kill you. But put it in your subsequent demand letter, which you demanded money from Diddy because of the incident in which you allege he held you over the balcony." So basically, guys, in layman's terms, Diddy's team is pretty much saying, look, you added this stuff to the lawsuit so you get more money to make your case look better against Diddy in the lawsuit, but you didn't tell the government in 2024 that Diddy said, I could kill you. Then Diddy lawyer says, read this. Rihanna says, the whole thing? Diddy lawyer, yes, this paragraph. Judge says, as much as you want. Rihanna says, thanks, okay. Diddy lawyer, you didn't tell the government about I could kill you. And Tyrone was there, question mark. Yes, I let him go. Now, Diddy's lawyer asks, drugs were expensive, right? Rihanna, they are expensive, question mark. Diddy lawyer, now, question mark. Rihanna, I don't know. Diddy's lawyer, did you run out of money for drugs? Rihanna, I don't remember that. Diddy's lawyer, you and Cassie had a drug partnership, right? She answered, yes. Diddy lawyer, Cassie would pay for the drugs. You go buy them, right? Rihanna says, yes. Diddy's lawyer, did you meet the government on May 25th, 2025, and June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? She said, yeah, that's not long ago. All right. That's not long ago. That's today, said Diddy's lawyer. She says, I'm not very good with dates. The balcony incident. Didn't you tell the government there was a party in the apartment? Asked Diddy's lawyers. Rihanna, I don't remember that. Diddy's lawyer, you told the government your girlfriend was in the bathroom, not that you took her in there. Rihanna says, my ex. Okay, basically, what's going on? They're trying to say she's got her dates mixed up. They got the locations mixed up. Cassie mixed up the location in her lawsuit about the alleged balcony incident that happened to her friend, Rihanna, and that they were in cahoots and them panning this out to get more money out of Diddy in their lawsuits. They were confused by their dates and everything like that, guys. What do you think? What are you guys thinking? Like I said, Diddy's lawyers are trying to hit back right now. There is, a lot of violent testimony against Diddy.
Somebody's coming.
And it seems like Diddy's team is having a better time cross-examining
He's running somewhere.
and going back at the victims of assault. Because really, these victims don't really have any evidence of assault or nothing like that. It's just their word against Diddy's. So it's easier for it seems like it's easier for Diddy's team to cross-examine that and defend it more than the paperwork as far as the RICO, the payments of $20,000, the bribery of $100,000. It seems like they are doing a good job of striking back at the female victims in the case, since, like I said, it's basically their word against Diddy's. So they're having a time in this courtroom actually cross-examining the alleged victims of Diddy. They said somebody was running. What was going on back there? Somebody was running? What's going on? Yeah, Audwell, did I just hear a dude say, why you running? Yes. Yeah, some stuff be going on behind me. I don't know what's going on behind me. But like I said, we're live Diddy trial. Let me see what else I got here. Like I said earlier, the woman saying that Diddy held her over the balcony. She has immunity, testifying, and Diddy's team is trying their hardest and their best to fight back as best they can. And I think they're doing a good job as far as that's concerned. They needed this. It's probably best that the lady testified after the whole CFO with the $20,000 payment and the security guard with the $100,000 payment, because now this could be a lasting memory in the jury's head that, hey, Diddy's team got to win by pretty much tripping up this person, Brianna, that says that he held her over the balcony. So now this is going to be the last thing inside the juror's head, rather than the $20,000 payout and $100,000 payout for the bribery for the video. So I think the defense finished off strong. It was also a strong day for the prosecutors. Definitely the prosecutors won yesterday, for sure. Trying to see what's going on behind me is I don't know. Let me see what's going on. But let me see. If Diddy wins this case, he'd be part of the 5% success rate against the feds. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's an uphill climb, but he has a chance because of his celebrity. Of course, celebrities, and you never know about the jurors. You know what I mean? You never know about the juries. You just never know, bro. You just never know. It seems like the jury liked Brian Steele. They liked his cross-examination of the Mia person that was testifying against Diddy the other day and last week. He did her like Suge did Vanilla Ice. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Vanilla Ice allegedly did that to well, Suge Knight allegedly according to Vanilla Ice did that to him back in the days, back in the 90s. Held Vanilla Ice over the balcony. Vanilla Ice owed him some money. Diddy is Cook says Elham. Y'all agree with Elham is Diddy Cook. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. As we give y'all a recap of today, what we're down in that Diddy courtroom behind us. It's a garbage truck right out here, guys. So you're gonna hear some noise from this garbage truck cleaning up the sidewalks. Now there is a Jane Doe that is supposed to be testifying, I believe tomorrow. Another alleged victim that her identity is not going to be revealed. She is another Diddy accuser of assault. So tomorrow we're going to hear from her. Of course, she's going to get cross-examined again by Diddy's defense team. Now, this is from CNN, right? Transaction from Cassie Ventura's father to Combs points to possible illegal conduct, legal expert says, and I read that earlier about the $20,000 payment from Diddy. From Cassie's mom and dad to Diddy's account, Bad Boy Records bank account, and then Diddy sent the money back. That was obviously, according to Diddy's mom, basically extortion money or blackmail money to prevent Diddy from releasing Cassie's freak off video. So guys, what are y'all thinking right now? What are y'all thinking right now? So who's winning? Who is winning right now? Like I just said, I think prosecution won yesterday, definitely. They started out strong today. And I think Diddy's team finished off strong. I think what helped Diddy's team is that this female went last. This female went last after the whole payout testimony. And this is going to be the last thing that the jury hears for the day. Diddy's team sowing doubt in the minds of the jurors of the female that's testifying. I believe they did a good job. I believe, I believe that it just worked out. The timing, the order of the people that's testifying. I think the Diddy's team is doing a great job of course examining the female victims. Now there's going to be another female victim over the next couple of days. So I think the Diddy's team is licking their chops about that. It's kind of hard for them to fight back on the payments. The RICO payments. Well, the government says it's RICO. I don't know if the jury gonna agree, but they're saying he used his Bad Boy Records as a front for his criminal enterprise. We'll see if the jury agree with that. 12 jurors going to make that decision. You need a Discord raise, but you keep telling me that on the wheel. What up, Troy? What up? They not like us. Shout out to you, Troy. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you for joining us again. It's our second live stream of the day. We was live earlier. Truckle. All right, dear brother. It's a shout from Truckee. Sending warm vibes. Never cold or murky. I hope you're smiling and I hope you're doing okay. Just sending a little love from over in the UK. Shout out to you. What's that, Truckle or Truckee? Truckee. Shout out to you, Truckee. Live for the Diddy trial. People are about to make their way out of the courtroom in a few minutes. We've seen, on an earlier live stream, Diddy's mom and Diddy's son into the courtroom earlier. This is a look. Please tell those other people I said keep it down, says Troy. Yes, Diddy says fake Nico. Shout out to Jazzy P. Jones. He says salute, raise in chat, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yes, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Live from the Diddy trial on this nice, beautiful day out here, Lower Manhattan, New York City. Like I said, yesterday the prosecution won, definitely. With the RICO, maybe they have proved it. We'll see if the jury agrees. We'll see what legal experts say with the payouts. They started off strong today, but Diddy's defense came back. They came back, right? They came back with a reversal and have been nailing this female that testified Diddy held her 17th floor off a balcony. Okay? No police report yet again. I think, like I said, once again, I think that this is the lady that was kicked out. This is the lady that was kicked out yesterday, matter of fact. Let me see. So about how she not allowed in. This is the lady that was kicked out yesterday out of court. Remember I did that. Show y'all. When override a decision, they said no, not allowed in. Until I say something. That's a problem. Hit that like button though, guys. It's the one that was kicked out of the court yesterday, early in the morning, screaming, they're trying to F you, Diddy, they're effing Diddy. And she was like telling the sheriffs, yeah, bring your guns, bring your guns. Basically, they're not being fair to Diddy. And she has been banned from the courtroom, banned from the court. And that's Tisa Tells right there, leaving with her bodyguard right there. Tisa Tells right there in the Burgundy crossing the street, leaving the courtroom right now. Hit that like button though, guys. That's the lady right there that was kicked out. Banned from inside the court. Hit that like button though, guys, as you guys come in live from the Diddy trial. Live from the Diddy trial. Let me. Like I said, good strong finish by the Diddy defense. Like I said, this is gonna be this verdict right here. Like I said, it's gonna be this whole trial gonna come down to these 12 jurors and whether or not they believe the witnesses. Do they believe this is a RICO? Do they believe that the prosecutors did a good job yesterday in proving RICO racketeering? Alive Inside says, what are the chances that there is rioting once the verdict is read? Is it more likely to happen if he's convicted or acquitted? I don't see any riots for Diddy. Nah, I don't see any riots for Diddy. Yeah, I can see some people with the free puffy shirts on or whatever. I seen one out here just now. But I don't see any big time riots, anything like that. Either way, that's just my opinion. Alive Inside. I don't know if about you guys, or will there be any riots? People in the chat. Anybody that's new to the channel, will there be any riots guilty or not guilty. You know, only it's going to be another like 3 weeks. This trial, the defense is going to make their case for Diddy being not guilty, and then call up their witnesses. Maybe Ray J come in Diddy's defense. I don't know, but I doubt that there will be any major riots, anything like that. No, I will not go home. D Reyes, I will not go home. I'm covering the Diddy. I'm covering the Diddy trial. I will not go home. You look like you scared in New York. Well, if I was scared in New York, I would not be in New York. uh,
Is it? Yeah.
let me see.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Cassie is a high class 304. She should be advertising. All right. I bet it's Faith. Free Diddy. Diddy ain't free yet. Does he look like he's free? KOD testimonies. Does he look like he's free? No, he's not free. But that's why you're watching me do these reports. And I'm telling you, he's not free. That Vanilla Ice incident created death row record, says the auto will. How many men are on the jury, says Desmond? Well, actually, I'm gonna have to do the breakdown. I had a guest that came on a couple of weeks ago that did the breakdown of the jury pool. So I don't know exactly, but y'all can Google that if you really want to know. And here comes Attorney Simone, the lovely. Hello, the lovely Attorney Simone. Subscribe to her channel. She does a great job. Hit that like button. A lot of content creators is out here. A lot of media across the street in those tents. Hit that like button, says Yerk. Ask her why she made the outburst. Yeah, well, yeah, she I don't know. She was just going on a rant and she got kicked out and banned from the courtroom. Good to see some new faces in the chat. Now hit the like button. Yes, Otherwell, yes. We've been coming out here. We've had a lot of new people come to the channel over the past couple of weeks, week and a half, as we've been covering this Diddy trial. So shout out to all the newcomers that has come and to the channel. I appreciate them. No, this is not a line. We're not a line. We just.
We're live.
You in line? Y'all in line? Y'all trying to get in for tomorrow? Oh, okay.
I mean, this start till 11.
No, we just hanging out right now, just doing a review on a recap. You know, we're not camping out now. Some people got the tents. He's camping out over there. Oh, 11 tomorrow is gonna start later. Okay, later than normal. Okay, thank you. So the trial starts at 11 tomorrow, 9 o'clock, 9:30. It's a trial in Harlem. No, Lowry, this is Lower Manhattan. This is Lower Manhattan. Around, it's in Chinatown. Chinatown. Hello, everyone. The amazing, energetic Joshua. Like the stream. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to you, Anonymous. Shout out to you. Thank you, Anonymous, for that. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Only thing I'm mad about is that Diddy raised the price of bottle of baby oil. I'm writing for Diddy. If this is the Southern Court District, he's near Chinatown. Yes, Chinatown. This looked like the Southern District, so he's gotta be near Chinatown. Yes, I had me some good roast duck earlier. Good roast duck and pork fried rice. Hit that like button, Ozzy. Are you gonna get some Chinese takeout? I had some earlier, Ozzy. I had some earlier, and I had some yesterday. Hit that like button. Go to the door, Raze. Everybody coming out. Yes, I know. Wild work. I know. I'm about to go over there. Like I said, I got a video of Diddy's mom and her and Diddy's son earlier. It's just gonna be a crowd, blocking my view anyway. Basically, the amazing, energetic Joshua. I was scrolling by, but who is she? The attorney. Yeah, she's a YouTuber. Shout out to her and her channel. Simone, attorney Simone. Shout out to her. She do a great job. She got a nice little following. She got a nice big following. Actually, not little, a nice big following. Uh, the live streams have been getting good numbers. Yes, anonymous. That's why I said let me come out here. I am in New York City, so I might as well come on out here. Like I said, people are exiting the court right now, but like I said, there's a crowd blocking everybody. Blocking everything. So really, they're not making any statements when they come out. They're having their heads down and they're just going right to their cars and basically getting, leaving. What up, Big Super in the building? Big Super, was you inside today? Shout out to my guy, Big Super. He's been at this courthouse and he's been viewing. He said Diddy is going to get off with just a now, Big Super. What about this new testimony about the RICO, the $20,000, the $100,000 payout for the video? What do you got? What do you think about that one, Big Super? Is Diddy in trouble on that? I know you were saying he's just going to get off with a probation. But what do you think about that, Big Super? Hit that like button. I was not there today. All right. Learn to Travel TV. Shout out to you, Learn to Travel TV. How you been, bro? Long time no speak. How you doing? How you doing, man? Let me see. Let me walk over there. Let me just see who's coming out. All right, so let me drop the link for Big Super right quick. Invite guests. Where is it? See what Big Super got to say. See if what he got to say about the RICO. Did they change Big Super's mind about the RICO? Did they change Big Super's mind about RICO because of that payment? Hit that like button, guys. Was Big Super's mind changed? Does he now think that Diddy is in trouble, going to jail, prison for a very, very long time? RICO. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. I'm gonna leave my stuff right here. Come back. My stuff be gone. Let me at least put my book bag on. Let me put my book bag on, guys. I'm gonna walk over there, the entrance. See who's coming out. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. All your new people coming in. Thank you. I appreciate every new subscriber, every new viewer. Least you can do is give a like. Least you can do is give a like, guys. Hit that like button. Let me see. See who's coming out. the lights up, see who's coming out. Let's add Big Soup onto the stage. Big Soup, what up?
Oh man, salute, Raze, salute, salute.
Salute to
Oh
you,
man,
bro. You have been following this. Now you heard that you were saying that what you were saying you was gonna get off
yeah,
on this
no,
probation. How do you
yeah,
feel
nothing
now?
have changed. It's nothing has changed. Like I said, man. Shout out to the investigators in this case. They did an excellent job. They did the job that they were expected to do, man. Because this everybody's looking at the Diddy trial, but they're not looking beyond the Diddy trial.
And what's
this,
beyond a Diddy trial?
I'm put it like this: the prosecutor won their real case, but lost this case. you know, um,
Interesting. Interesting. What do you mean by that, Big Soup?
the prosecutor they won the case of sending a message out there to all these celebrities that you either work for us or we do this to you. So they put the leverage out there on a lot of celebrities. That's why a lot of celebrities right now is going through their background and trying to figure out how could they get become it. Like I said, this trial is all about leveraging Puff. See, Puff had the opportunity to work with the government, but he chose not to. So this is an example. This is a government making an example.
Okay, government making an
So
example.
so
Yeah.
because this case, this racketeering case, um, it doesn't it's a gray racketeer. It's a gray area of racketeering. This is not the full extent of racketeering. You
Right.
know,
And a lot of
this is
people have been saying the same thing. Like Ray J. Ray J said the same thing.
yeah, it's more of a gray area, but it's not technically racketeering what he's done. All this case is the majority of this case is all about Cassie. And if I did read
Right.
I did get a chance to read the indictment, and if you read the indictment and listen to the case, you see that they focus this whole case around Cassie, not
Right.
not against an entity or an organization. The case is more focused around Cassie. Listen to the testimonies, read the indictment, and it all matches up.
Right.
Now,
Right. Right. Well, yeah.
now, it, now in the possibility that Puffy get convicted, that's going to be a shocker for the federal government. That's just going to be a shocker. But they're not looking for him to get convicted technically, because they still need him.
Right.
And what I mean by needing him, if he does decide, like I said, later on in the trial, there will be an offer before the jury get a chance to go to deliberate. There will be an offer. The offer will
Now
be
you mean a
10
plea
to
deal?
yep. The offer will be
Plea
10
deal.
to
Okay.
15 years. The offer will be 10 to 15 years on probation with 5 years supervision. That's going to be the offer.
Okay, guys. Let me ask the people in the chat. Do y'all guys agree with Big Super that there will be a plea deal offered, a new plea deal offered, and that for probation, no jail time?
You
People in the
can't
chat.
you can't have Puffy as your government employee laid up in jail. No, you can't. You need him out there. So you're gonna have to give him that deal. Now it's up to if Puffy take that deal, all celebrities need to be worried. But it's not about celebrities. See, this case is not about celebrities. Feds don't make their careers on rappers and entertainers. They don't make their
Right.
careers on them. This case is all about trying to get a politician. Puffy got too many Puffy got too many Puffy got a lot of political capital out there, and they want that. That's what the government want. That's what the feds want. That's where the career makers come from. The career makers don't come from this. So,
Okay, okay.
because if I could break
Well,
down the whole,
let me ask you this. Now you heard about the $20,000, right?
Mhm.
That was sent from Cassie's parents to Diddy. Uh, apparently about some blackmail about him releasing the freak off tapes if they don't send the money. Now he sent the money back. Now, do you believe that testimony from the financial officer of the Bad Boy Records? Do you believe that proves some type of RICO? That money
No,
exchange and this thing with the $100,000, the bribery with to get the tape back from the Cassie beatdown tape from the security guard.
no, absolutely not. Because one, they don't have. There's no evidence showing that Puffy sent a note or a letter or any kind of communication that went from Puffy to the family saying this is what he's going to do. More than likely, that $20,000 or $25,000 that Cassie's mother sent him, it was more for investment. I could see her, putting some money for investment, and Puffy don't want to do no business with them. That's why they probably send that money back.
Oh, so you're saying you probably don't believe the testimony of Cassie's mom saying that it was for blackmail
No, no, it
because
wasn't for
so
blackmail.
you don't it wasn't for black. All right, so that's the y'all guys agree with Big Super.
Because if you
It
gotta,
wasn't.
you gotta understand that don't make no sense at all. If anybody in here, if somebody's so-called blackmailing your daughter, as powerful as Puffy is, who got way more money than her daughter, way more money than her, does that make sense for him to blackmail her, or wouldn't it be the other way around? I believe that payment that she tried to make, or she said to Puffy, was was
And she
either
looked
a
brilliant
loan
every
was
day.
either a loan owed was either a loan owed and Puffy and she sent it back to Puff, or she tried to do some type of business
Money
deal with her.
on her shoes than you do in your pocket. That's why.
What
All
the
right,
hell?
that was one of the attorneys just came out. If y'all guys
Yeah.
listen to that, one of the attorneys
Mhm.
hello to all newcomers. So how about the
Yeah.
$100,000 for the bribery? Now, would that be a problem as far as the hotel video? $100,000. Did he
That could
commit a
be
crime giving that hundred
see
thousand dollars
that
to
could
the security guard?
that could be explained. First of all, Diddy could say, "Yo, these 100,000 is for any damages that he have caused to the hotel." That
Okay.
could be explained. That could be explained. It's one thing
Ah,
if they'd have took the money. It's one thing if they'd have took the money, but they didn't took the money.
right,
I'm not sure if they took the money or not, but if they did took the money, that could easily be explained that because he did damage the hotel. He did make some damage
It
to the
don't work
hotel
out what she doing. If you
right.
don't put money in her
between the
pocket.
fight that's going on. So, that money, that kind of money could be explained, or, that could be, this is for any damages or any disturbance, or,
Right.
any, insurance policy to make sure that, to clean up the hotel or whatever. But once again,
Mm.
that offer would not come from Diddy. Now, if
So
anybody's
you would
saying that
all
offer
right, go ahead.
came from Diddy, and if the security saying, yeah, Diddy tried to give me 100 grand,
111.
Diddy's not
Cash
going to
out.
go and put 100 grand in your pocket without you signing some type of paperwork,
Cash out.
Right,
some disclosure paperwork. That wouldn't make no sense.
right,
That would be a stupid move on his part. And we all know Puffy is smart when it comes to the pen game and the paperwork game. He's a smart man when it comes to that. So why would he make
right.
a stupid move like that?
Mm.
But like I said, once
Well,
again, shout out to the investigators. Did an excellent job. They did an excellent job taking small pieces and and putting it together to where it falls under the gray. It's kind of in the gray area of racketeering.
great
I mean,
area. So y'all
it,
guys, yeah, yeah. I mean, Yeah, they have a shot. They have a shot of getting a conviction because of this, right? You believe there's a
No,
shot?
no, there's no shot at the conviction. What they wanted to do was get this into the courtroom. They wanted to get Diddy in a courtroom. There's a big difference than looking for conviction. If this was a
Right,
if there was aiming for conviction, the investigation would have took about a longer time than what it was. This was a short period of time for this investigation to come. You just don't investigators don't get information a month, like in 1 month, especially the feds. It doesn't take them a month to get certain details, and then after that start an investigation and then start a trial. It doesn't work like that in the feds. But the only time
right.
I've seen cases like these is when you're trying to leverage a potential witness against somebody bigger. If you go
Gotcha.
if you do it on the local level, that's like picking up a street dealer and shit. He got a few bags on him. He ain't the kingpin or nothing like that. You tell him, yo, work with us and we can make this shit go away. He said, nah, suck my dick. I ain't no rat. So he said, all right, cool. This one little bag, yeah, you can explain and say that you use you use the drugs, but I'm gonna make this one little bag into distribution and all type of shit. And then after that, then we're gonna go after your family members. We're gonna come after everybody. You know. So
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
case for the feds picking up, like I said, Diddy was the hanging fruit, Cassie's the rotten fruit on the ground.
You
Now
wanna?
who's the
You can sit right there.
hmm?
Good. I'm totally. Hey, go right there.
Yeah, so
Yeah. All you. Yeah. All you had to, like I said, as far as the Rico. Now, the
it
jury,
doesn't
those 12
yeah.
jurors, you
There
believe one of those jurors is going to come back and say not guilty. But
they
but
all
Max,
gonna
you said it's not even going to go to the verdict. You said it's not going to go to the verdict because he's going to
no.
take the deal.
No, I'm not no, correct me on that, Razor. Did he That's if did he take the deal. The deal is gonna come there. Not saying he's gonna take it, but if he takes the deal, we
Right.
then he becomes a government employee. If he takes the deal, he becomes a government employee. If he doesn't take the deal, the jury already made up their mind already. The jury been made up their mind. They already made up their mind. It's a not guilty trial because Brian Steele have done a great job of exposing the lies, how the stories they matching up to what people are saying. Especially me,
Right.
I was at the Mia. I was there for the Mia testimony. On my lunch. I took a lunch break, so I said, let me head over there and go check it out. And I was there for
Right.
the Mia testimony. Brian Steele completely destroyed on the stand.
Yeah,
Completely
and I
destroyed it.
reported that. I said they won those days of the testimony.
He did
For
a
sure.
great job of showing the jurors that all these people say they love Puff. He was a great this and he was a great that. And what Brian Steele has shown to the jury is that these people, there were more better days than bad days. But when there's bad days, it was bad. So Brian Steele showed that to the juries already, and the juries understand that kind of, a majority of jurors understand, especially the correction officer. He understands the most. He knows that there's more good days on the job than bad. But when it does go
Right.
bad, it goes bad. And he understand that. And for those people that understand, they all contribute to Diddy's to everything Diddy's being accused of. They always contribute to it, and none of them is going on that stand to perjure themselves.
Oh, and
You know
a lot of them all getting immunity.
exactly because they know they will perjure themselves if they go on that stand and say yes, I did this or Diddy told me to do this and Diddy told me to do that. They know that we get caught. They will get caught in the lie, and they know they will perjure themselves. If you listen, That's why I recommend people. Sometimes you got to go down to the courtroom, sit in the overflow room, and listen to the testimony because, there's a lot of bloggers down there with you, Razor, especially them dyke bitches.
Oh man.
I was in the court. I was in the overflow room listening to all these dyke bitches talking about, oh, I hate Brian Steele. How dare he? How dare he tell a woman when she should? I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
So they really made you mad. Uh, it's not. No, don't curse them out. Don't curse them out. But hey man, they
Nah,
a lot. These
nah,
females, a lot of these females, they just don't like Diddy. They don't like him.
yeah.
So
There's one
they
thing.
wanna bury him, bro.
Yeah, listen, I understand it, but you see, there's one thing of not liking somebody, and there's one thing of acute, trying to make somebody pay for somebody else bad deeds. You know what I mean? And what I mean
Yeah.
by pay for somebody else bad deeds, yeah, somebody may have, did something bad to you, but that don't mean just because he's on trial, he's going to pay for everybody else's. You know what I mean? That's not how society's supposed to work. Every man needs to pay for his own crime. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
because the person that did some type of foul shit to you, you know what I mean, you can't get no dollar out of him. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck it. I'm going to share for you, girl. Yeah, I want to see you. Come on, man. Yo, I swear to God, go down there and see these dyke broads in action, son. Yo, they're the worst because they put real victims at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? Once this trial is concluded, they're going to put real victim at a disadvantage when it's time for them to step forward and plead their case, son.
Right. Right. And Rico has been proven, says Lindy. So Lindy says Rico has been proven already. Now you
Rico
got
has not been
Amy
proven.
Butchfather.
I could break down everything to you. Rico has not been proven. Read the test. Read the Rico. Read the indictment and tell me where Rico have been proven. Because everybody
Well,
that went on that stand to testify, they all lied. They all getting caught in lies. Even Cassie getting caught in fucking lies.
mm. Well, what up, Ozzy? What up, Ozzy? Anonymous, thank you for that, Anonymous. Yeah, well,
But but
they
like I
tried to
said,
catch the girl testifying, Brianna, tonight. Well, today in a lie, basically about the hanging over the balcony,
that's a
17th
goddamn
floor.
lie. I don't see
You wasn't buying that?
I didn't hear a testimony, but hanging over a 17th floor balcony yet um and you have not yet with all the money did he have? And we're talking about the Me Too movement go around this time. None of these broads came out and say that. And you know why none of these broads
Right.
came out and say that? Because if they go on the stand and say some shit like that, they don't have a prosecutor to protect them. Only their lawyers will be able to will kind of try to protect them. But no, why you think with all this shit that happened, why you think no lawyer in New York City or anywhere else would have took these people's case and sued Diddy?
Mm.
Y'all gotta ask yourself that. This is an easy lawsuit. Easy lawsuits. And the man is worth over $1 billion. If you're not, more than likely, if this shit really happened to you, more than likely you settle for 10 mil or even better. The only reason why
Uh,
Cassie got paid that much is because she was the main target of this investigation into this RICO trial. That's the
well, John
only
Smith
reason
said,
why he settled. Mhm.
who is it going to be? I mean, how is it going to be a RICO case with one person? Said John Smith. So that's some people, saying
No,
that,
see the way they developed the investigators developed the RICO case is the people that's on the stand. It's the people on the stand. They were doing all his biddings, but it would be hard to prosecute them if they're because they're all fired. See, that's the reason. This I'm gonna show you. The RICO case came because of all the people that was doing his bidding. For Mia, you know, covering up for Puffy, security, Cassie, ordering, male sex workers, um, getting the drugs. People was bringing Puff the drugs. These are all forms of racketeering, because he's using his business to get all these stuff together and orchestrate all these parties and lab and payouts. See, the reason why you're not hearing about the real payouts yet is because there's a politician out there that the government really, really wants. And if they bring out the payouts in this case, that's going to hinder the case for the politician. So that's why you're not, because more every RICO case you follow the money. Every investigator know you follow the money. You don't follow the victims. You follow the money. That's how you create a solid, strong RICO case. Because the money will explain everything in a RICO case. A victim can't explain everything in a RICO case because the victim could go so far, but the money goes further.
Right,
So
right.
so everybody that took a stand and took a deal, they're the ones who oh let me let you see Brian Steele and the family coming out.
Yeah, the family is about to come out right now, so I'm just to let you know that family's coming out. But you could go ahead and talk. Well, all right, here they come in.
Yeah.
It son, you see, mother.
As long as you don't talk about nothing disrespectful, keep it a G. Keep it a G. If you say something disrespectful, it's a problem. If you say her name, give her a cash out. Pay her. If you gonna talk to her, give her cash. She's worth more than what you saying. Go. She's not. And you better watch your fucking mouth. You're not old enough, son.
Watch your mouth.
Anybody these nuts cannot watch your mouth.
Crazy bitch. Wow,
Oh, man.
bitch.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, like everybody that took the stand, they were originally part of the RICO trial. If the investigators did a great job by getting all these people, because we haven't heard shit from Little Rod, and Little Rod been running his mouth on the internet saying he knows everything and he's suing Diddy and all this other shit. There's a reason why Little Rod ain't on the stand, because he's not a credible witness.
Right.
I mean, none of these motherfuckers, because he wasn't in the circle. He's not a credible witness. You know what I'm saying? But the people that's in the circle, they, as an investigator, you're going to use them to create the RICO case. Now, everybody's wondering why Diddy's the only one being charged in this RICO case. Is because all his co-conspirators, the government came up to them and say, listen, we don't want to put you a part of this. We want you to help us testify against him. Why you think some of them going up there giving them praises and stuff like that, and then talk? All of them, their heads was down. Every last one of them put their heads down when they went on that stand to testify. Cassie put her head down. Mia put her head down. Capricorn put her head down. Even the motherfucking the doctor, the counselor, she put her fucking head down. They're all putting their fucking head down. The only person who haven't put their head down was the investigators, because they don't give a fuck. Yo, we did our job. We did it. We did what we were supposed to do and brought this motherfucker to you. And they did a great job. Shout out to the investigators. They did a great job for using the gray area of the law to bring Diddy into trial, so that way they could leverage him. Just like, I'm going to put it out there, Diddy's on trial because of Meek Mills. Meek
Meek
Mills
Mills.
is a
Oh, that's a name. All right.
Meek
Spill the
Mills is
tea.
a government Meek Mills is a government employee. He was on probation for 10 years. He only put out one album, one good album at that. And think about it. Meek Mills was around Diddy, Jay-Z, all these execs, and he only put out one stinking album. He wasn't nobody big. And if you
Right.
look at if you look at the Young Thug trial, they made Young Thug into a government employee.
Right.
Young Thug could have beat that case, but the prosecutor did something excellent. You know what I mean? They wore him down to the point where he had to take where he'd rather take the deal. But he don't know what's coming behind that deal. He don't know what came behind that deal. And I think Brian Still. Hold on.
Yeah, that loud. All right.
Yeah. And Brian Still, the reason why also Young Thug took that deal, he was running out of money. And Brian Still and the rest of those attorneys are very expensive. That's why he took
Right.
that deal. And Brian Still know that was a bad deal because he became a government employee. That white boy in the white shirt, I always see him in the overflow room. He's a funny motherfucker, son. Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna start seeing. I say in the next 5 years, you're gonna start seeing Young Thug around a lot of important people, and this is gonna be more. But he's not gonna be working for the state of Georgia. The feds is gonna want to walk in and sit down with him and have a talk with him. And he can't say no. He can't tell the feds I ain't talking to you. Because now the feds could go back to Georgia and restart the RICO case. Yeah, I think Young Thug is
Andre
not
said,
out of
did
the
he walk in?
woods.
He agreed with
Yeah, he's like I said, if Diddy get in it, Diddy got a 10% chance of being convicted in this case. 10% out of
10%.
100. That's 10%. And the prosecution know that this is a 10% because this trial is not about convicting Diddy. This trial is about leveraging and also sending a message. Work with us. We don't want to do this to you. Work with us. Everybody think it's about the liquor company, because the liquor company. It's not about that. Y'all gotta look beyond. Y'all gotta look beyond that. Go in Diddy's history and find out who politically he knows, who politically he have ties with. That's who they want.
So that was
That's who they
Justin
want.
Wolf's son, not Diddy's son. Okay, so Ivan Curry.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Thank Big Super for coming in and giving y'all his opinion. He's been inside this courtroom multiple times, and he has witnessed the facial expressions of Diddy. How has Diddy looked to you? Does he look beat down, sad, depressed,
His
or
spirit
was
is
you just like in the other?
I know
What's that?
his
Dispirited?
spirit is up now because he knows. His spirit is up. He knows that he won the case.
Mm,
You know,
his spirit
head
is up.
head is up, and he's looking at all these accusers that's putting their head. The people that saying he's such a horrible person.
No,
You
the
know,
jury just left. The jury left. Yeah, from Diddy. Yeah. Uh,
mhm.
yeah, no, go ahead, Big Super.
Yeah. His spirit look up. He knows he won. He knows he won the case. You
Slam dunk.
know,
Slam dunk.
yeah, yeah, he knows he won, but he's not showing like his body language is saying I know I won, but he's not why would Diddy take a deal then? like I said, you got 10%. 10% is when you're in jail that long, right? I want to read this comment, Riz, from Desmond,
Yeah, go ahead.
right? Desmond said 10%. Why would he take a deal then? The reason why he'll take a I'm not saying he will take the deal. I'm just saying if he should take the deal, right? Why would he take that deal? Why would Diddy take the deal? Because Diddy been in jail too long. He been in jail too long and he's losing money and opportunities. And in Diddy's mind, yo, I'm not doing drugs no more. Jail done clean me up. I don't need drugs. And the liquor, I don't need liquor either. And I could do 10 years probation. Shit. Because I'm gonna be making millions of dollars. I mean, I'm gonna try to get back all this money. So,
Right.
why would I take it? Even though it's a 10%, I'd rather take no percent than 10%. So that's something that is gonna weigh in Diddy's mind and with his attorney. Because they will give him that deal. They will give him that.
Okay.
They will offer us a deal like that. And if they don't offer a deal like that, um, the prosecution still did what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Which is send a message. Yo, salute Sunday Smoke. Peace, bro. Yo,
Smoke,
so
smoke, smoke.
the message have been sent. Y'all looking at the Diddy case, but y'all not looking beyond the Diddy case. You know what I mean? And I gotta say, man, yo, the investigators did a good job, son. They did, yo, Raze, these niggas did a good fucking job because they used small elements, which is I call a gray element of a RICO trial. This is the gray element of RICO trial because,
Great
like I
element.
said,
Not
yeah,
100%. That's why they got people asking, did they prove it? Is it Rico? And you said that they pieced it all together. They're piecing little bits of it, making it appear like a legit Rico trial,
yeah,
making
but
it
it's a
appear.
great,
I don't
yeah, it's a gray
gray
area
area.
though. It's the gray area for RICO. It's the gray area of the RICO. Every element that they put in front of the jury is more of a gray area, a gray element. Yeah, that's my word, yo. I'm counting that word, son. That's my word. Great element of RICO. So if anybody say this is a great element of a RICO trial, that's me right there. I said it first because niggas be trying to jack my shit.
We credit you, Big Super. Shout out to something
Yeah,
like Smoke.
yo, smoke, man. Yo, work been keeping me crazy, son. You know what I mean? But I be trying to jip in and out of shit. You know what I mean? I, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come through. When I do get some time, son. But this case is just mind-boggling, son. Because this is so. This is the type of shit that that's just as crazy. When you know some shit, you know some shit, and I know some shit, and this shit right here, yo, this was amazing. I'm got to give a shout out to, like I said, I got to keep giving a shout out to the investigators, man. They did a phenomenal job, man. The way they set this shit up, they did a phenomenal job, man. I feel, yo, the politician that the feds are coming for, man, they really are gonna come for him. There's a case building behind Diddy right now that nobody's seeing, and you won't see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They've planted a seed already, but you know what I mean. They really haven't tackled it yet. But there's a case behind this that's major because if this was a real RICO trial, if this was a real RICO trial, it wouldn't be Diddy alone. It would be the entire music industry with all the black
Mm,
execs.
mm.
You will have a
Okay.
better
Okay.
RICO trial bringing all the black exec in the music industry together. Because one way or another, they all intertwine with each other and they all did business with each other. But instead of bringing them all together, they want to make an example of one to show the rest who got political ties. That's why when if you're a record executive like a Jay-Z, 50 Cents, um, who else? Well, I would say Master P, but he you know he's not in this level. He's not at that level. But Dr. Dre, look for Dr. Dre as well, because these people got political connections and political ties. They decided to jump into the political arena, and this is the federal government letting them know. You know what I mean? You want to play in this arena, you better know how to play it. And
Got you.
this is a prime example of, you know the business you're getting into before you jump into it, and know who the players are. Diddy don't know who the players are. Jay-Z don't know who the players are, because you're not supposed to know who the players are. And you rub shoulders with the wrong people and pissed off the wrong people. And this is a political leverage case. Fuck a Rico.
Ah man. Well, shout out to DZ for that 199 Cerveza Fund. Thank you. I'm gonna be drinking tonight. Definitely, I highly appreciate your 199 donation. Raise Cerveza Fund. Highly appreciate you, DZ. Anybody new to the channel, hit that like button. No, Big Super doesn't technically have a channel. He just, he likes to
Mhm.
pop on. Everybody, people been asking about, do you have a channel or not?
Oh fuck
Um,
no, never.
yeah. So,
Oh no, I
yeah.
gotta keep my immunity. My keep my immunity.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my immunity. But yeah, man. Yeah. If anybody could show me where they saw the Rico at, man, please show me, because
Well,
I've
let's read this. Yvonne Kirby says, Raise the Fed still haven't discussed the time for having those two AR-15s rifles with filed off serial numbers in his closet. That's serious. Now they talked about that like two weeks ago. The agent that raided the spot, they talked about that.
yeah,
They did talk. They asked him.
and once again, Brian still the lawyers pretty much demolished that case. You can't prove
But they were like,
that's
well, it's
his.
Florida. Everybody got guns in
Yeah,
Florida. Don't you have a
which
gun
is
in? Don't you have a gun also, agent? And the agent said yes. You can still
which is
track. You can still track the gun with the fingerprints. You don't need the serial numbers. So
exact.
that's how they they handle that. But
And
yeah,
two
yeah.
gun and what,
Matter of
two or
fact,
three
I'm
guns
I'm
don't
gonna
make.
put it on the screen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it on the screen, Curry. Good, no, go ahead, Big Super.
yeah, two or three guns doesn't doesn't scream Rico. You know, um, that would be that would be an ATF issue. That's not that's not a RICO issue with a serial number filed off. And if you file, I think the time you get a federal, if you're filing off the serial number of a weapon or some shit, like, I think the time is what I'm not. I'm not correct on how much time you get for that, but it's not significant. Not for a trial like this. It's not significant. Now, if they'd have found like 50 to 30 weapons in his house, then with serial numbers filed off, yeah. See, that's not significant.
This the evidence right here. This the one of the guns. There was a few guns. Like you said, serial
That's
numbers. This was
that.
presented in the
Yeah,
court like a couple of weeks ago.
that's secure. That's secure. That's a security firearm. Every security company, any security personnel could normally carry a firearm like those. I
Right, and of
think
course the
that's a
biggest, the baby oil, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
baby
go ahead.
oil. Baby, what does baby oil have to do
National
with
sale.
a racketeering? Somebody explain that. Tell me, a man purchased. Matter of fact, it doesn't show that he purchased these. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Cassie the one who testified on the stand that she was the one who will get all these baby oils and fill a bathtub and fill a tub with it and warm it up?
Yeah, yeah, but people assume that it's on the orders of Diddy. Diddy loved the baby oil, and I know they had to pay like a $500 bill
But why would I
or
send my
5 grand because of baby oil
but
damage in the hotel.
but Razor, why would I send my girlfriend to go pick it up when I have assistants? I have assistants for the you have assistants to get shit like that. And how many of us done some freaky shit in our house? You know what I mean? There's niggas who been in a jello. There's like a jello, a niggas. People done did fill a bathtub full of jello
Right.
and had sex in that. Now, if it was jello, would it be better if it was jello? If you got a whole bunch of jello, then y'all would have
Uh-huh.
said, you on some Bill Cosby freaky shit. What if it was some pudding? What if it was some rice pudding or something? Fill a bathtub full of rice pudding. How many times? How many people, um, you know, have sex in mud bath? You know what I mean? Love mud bath. When if it was all mud, say you fill a tub with all mud, how would that be a part of a RICO case? That a man loved to have mud bath. Would
Right.
that make him a freak if he had mud bath or if he had Jello?
Mud bath with jello.
So the man like baby oil. What's the problem with that? How is that even freaky? You know, and these are all, and once again, these are all consenting adults. All consenting adults. They did shit. The shit that they did is all done by adults. You don't hear nothing about children,
Yeah,
which they were
that's
trying
one
to
thing I
cope.
haven't heard yet. You're right about that, Big Soup. I haven't heard about the underage stuff yet. Now I don't know if the prosecutors still have that yet to come. We
No,
shall find out. That would be
there's none of
huge.
that to come. There's none of that to come because if that should come, right? If that should come, that put the prosecution in a lot of problems. It put them in a lot of
Right.
problem because a situation like that, if they can't prove it or they don't have solid evidence, now you done turn the feds done tarnished this man's life with an accusation of child molestation, and he could sue the federal government a lot of money, especially what he's worth right now. He could sue the federal government for a lot of money. They will not bring that
Mm.
unless they have solid, concrete evidence showing that he engaged in child pornography, child P. Then nah,
Yeah.
they will not bring that up on that case because they already got what they wanted out of this case already. You know what I mean? They already got what they wanted out of this case already, which is to build leverage and build leverage over all entertainers, along with trying to get leverage over Puff right now. Puff got a lot of shit he got to offer to the government right now that could get him out of this whole entire situation that he's in.
Right. Right.
But he
Right.
will not. But he does not want to work for the government. He does not want to lose his political connection because if he comes out of this case not guilty, his political connection is going to be even 10 times stronger.
Yeah, I got to
That's the
agree.
fear.
Yeah, I got to agree. Big Super, this Big Super following the case. He's been inside the courtroom. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. He thinks Diddy is going to not walk per se, but get a plea deal and no real jail time. I guess you could consider that walking, all right? right?
Hmm.
I guess that'll probably save face with the government, so they won't be embarrassed. They well, at least we got him to plead out. You know, he didn't get
Yeah.
acquitted, but
Well,
we got him on something. We got him to plead out and
yeah,
admit to something and plead out. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
The
The government will
government,
save face.
yeah. No, they're not gonna lose any face in this case at all. Win or lose, they're not losing any face because they set out to do what they really plan to do. Because this is the preset for something major, a major trial that's going to be a career move, a career maker. Feds do not go after these type of case because they do not scream career maker.
Right.
If Diddy had a whole bunch of bodies,
All right. What up?
you know,
What?
with no murders, this case doesn't scream career maker.
Uh-huh.
If there were any type of murders involved in this case, then then we'll say okay. But I don't see that. This is not a career
Right.
maker. This is more for if you was a state prosecutor, this would make way more sense. This case will make way
Right.
more sense if you was a state prosecutor. But for a federal government, no. And if you think that and you're right, Raze, the Fed got a 99% conviction rate, a 95% conviction rate. You know why? Because you
Right.
may
Right.
think they if they lose this case, you may think they lost this case, but they actually won the case.
Uh-huh. Right.
The
Right.
unconventional wins is what you don't see. They could the 5% is the 5% that you think they never won. Those what we call the conventional wins. You know, the 5% is actually the conventional wins. The 95% success conviction rate is because you know is because of the other 5% unconventional wins. Because remember,
Right.
there were there were moments raised. There's moments. If you did, I forgot whose trial it was. The feds lost the case, but they came back and won it at a bigger rate and brung some more people and got some more people on top of it.
No,
I forgot.
life inside. Tisa Tells left. She left. She's going life inside. I did hear. I did see when she said my name yesterday. Though that was funny. That was hilarious. People telling her she was looking. She was looking, but yeah. But shout out to her channel. You know, she broke out though. But yeah, go ahead, Big Super.
Yeah, yeah. You know, everybody out there right now is saying, "Yo, Diddy lost. Diddy lost." Some of these motherfuckers that's out there right now, I think they some of them out there right now is they some of them are there because you're gonna make more money if you could amp this shit up to say, yeah, Diddy's going to jail, Diddy's going to jail. And if he doesn't go to
Right, right, right.
jail, then they got more to talk about that Diddy paid somebody off or the prosecute, the judge was unfair or Diddy got a hold of the juries. You're just gonna have a lot of you're gonna have a lot of YouTubers out there because this is some of them this is how they make their money. They make their money off of some shit, which is they're gonna say some shit like Diddy got to the jurors or Diddy got to the
Right, right.
prosecutor or yeah the witness this and that. They're gonna say a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting it, but honestly, like I said, the man have a 10% chance of being convicted out of what I mean out of 90.
Mm.
He got a 45% chance of taking the deal, which I don't think he which but did he have enough money for his lawyers? So I don't think Brian Steele gonna talk him into taking that deal. But I guarantee you the prosecutor is gonna reach out instead of going to his lead attorney, they're gonna reach out to Brian Steele to offer him that deal.
Gotcha.
That's who they're going to use Brian Steele because I mean, if say if I was on a case, Brian Steele is the one I'll go after because either way, Brian Steele's it, because see, Brian Steele is a celebrity lawyer now, right? And getting getting Puff a deal like that, and having Puff take a deal like that, that's going to make Brian Steele way more popular, and Brian Steele will take that. He'll take that.
Right.
He'll take that than risk losing the case to the federal government. Even
Got you.
though
Got you.
because he'll get paid more. He'll get paid more money than than trying to win the case. He'll get paid more money than getting Puffy off on a deal than trying to win the case. And I say that because now all those other celebrities out there who are panicking right now, see, they're watching this case. They're watching this case, and their lawyers are watching this case, and they're all thinking, "Yo, if those celebrity lawyers seen Brian Steele walking out of there with, yeah, I helped, the government came to me and with an offer to give Mr. Combs, and Mr. Combs agreed. You're gonna see a lot of celebrities out there trying to pre-book him right now
Right.
because they know it's coming. Hmm.
Okay. Europe says exactly at Big Super. So Europe agrees with you. You got some people agreeing with you, Big Super. You know what I'm saying? And do you believe? Well, somebody asked me this question earlier. Do you believe any riots will happen either way, guilty or not guilty? If it does go to the jury, do
I
you
wouldn't.
see any riot? I said no. I said I don't think nobody's gonna be rioting either way.
I'm not gonna see a riot out there, but you're gonna have some disturbance out there. When it's time
Right.
for the trial to conclude, there's gonna be a crowd out there, and you're gonna have a lot of these ugly ass, nasty, stinking, dirty bitches, dyke bitches out there with the nasty, dirty dreadlocks out there talking about, oh my God, this is not fair.
Well, it's not
You're
gonna,
gonna
but
have,
no outright riots. You have some people, protesting a little, but it's not gonna be nothing crazy. It ain't gonna be no riots,
yeah,
like
there's
that.
gonna be a lot of shouting and you know,
Yeah.
um, cursing and probably one or two fights, and that's gonna be between
Right.
them
Right.
dyke
Right.
bitches out there. The dyke bitches is the
Right.
ones that's gonna cause the fight.
Right, and I would riot for Diddy. I grew up on his music and reality TV shows. Cause Chris J, he just trolling. Chris J is just trolling. He ain't gonna riot. Oh
Hmm.
man, let me see. The only thing I can see happening is a temporary. Well, nah. Oh, Carmelo Anthony. Oh,
Now,
you talking about Carmelo Anthony?
there's always a deal. Before the jury, commence, there's always a deal. There's
Right,
always a deal. The trial has started, but there's all see the deal is on the prosecution side. The deal is always on the prosecution side
hmm
because you gotta think Young Thug trial was going on and the deals was coming in before the trial, before the jury
right,
concluded. There's always the deals are always there. Trust me, the deals are always there, and the prosecution is holding on tight to that deal because they want to see how the case moves. They want to see who Diddy's going to bring as a defense witness in the case, and
right.
it's going to be up to the prosecution to try to break down whoever defense they bring up. As far as this case go right now, if Diddy don't bring any defense witnesses, it's way more better, and I think it's way more better. I'd arrest the case just off of this. I
Okay.
wouldn't bring any defense witness up there,
To get
unless
cross-examined by the
yeah,
prosecution and stuff, right?
unless it's another investigator, because if it's an investigator, Like the people that Diddy send out to investigate while all this, when the indictment came down, if they go out there, that'll be a better look. But as far
Right,
as
right, right.
individuals, no, I would not put no individual. I'll put my personal investigators on the stand because
Right, right.
they know the language and know how to talk. So this case, that's the only witness I could see them bringing on the stand as Diddy's private investigators.
And hit that like button as y'all listen to Big Super, who was surprisingly covering this trial. He was actually in the courtroom last week, and I was surprised. I haven't
Well,
seen
yeah,
Big Super on YouTube in a long time, and he said, "Hey, Raze, I'm inside the courtroom. I was inside the courtroom." He came on and talked about it. So this is some good insider info, from somebody that has been inside the courtroom,
yeah.
guys. Hit that like
Well,
button.
let me respond to Wild Works. Wild Work, even though Young Thug was a state trial and stuff like that. Listen, if the feds believe Puff have what I think he have,
Well, Young Thug was Rico,
yeah, but that
racketeering,
was
federal,
it
Rico
was yeah,
racketeering.
no, it was a state, it was state.
Oh, state. Oh,
Um,
state. Oh, right,
yeah,
right, right. State.
Diddy's federal, but Wild Work, if Diddy has what I think he have to offer the government, they will give him
Mm-hmm.
that deal. They will give it. They will trap him into a deal. The feds will always give out a deal to trap their main witness, their main person. There is a deal. Believe you me, there is a deal that's been written up before the trial even started. You get three offers from the government because remember they off the first time before trial they offered him they didn't want to give him no deals. Then once trial started, they offered him a deal.
Right, right, right.
So you can't say because the trial is this far along, the trial started already. They're not going to give him no. They had these deals written up a long time ago. They offer you the deal that they know you're not going to accept, which is jail time. And then once the case gets further along, then they come with the real deal they really wanted to offer you, which they want to these type of deals are what we call is what they call entrapment deals, because now you become a government employee and they could show up anytime anywhere, and yeah, you have to comply.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I can't add anybody as a mod because it's not giving me the option. I was trying to add somebody as a mod earlier. Auto will. I would have to wait until I exit out of here and do it after the stream ends. I
Yeah,
was trying that earlier on the other line.
yeah, how the
But
fuck I
you
ain't a
got
mod?
anything else to say?
Yeah,
Oh, RC
yeah,
Styles. What up? What up? What up, RC Styles?
nah, I didn't
Yeah,
invent
go ahead,
no
go ahead.
dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm probably, if I have time to, because I got a lot of papers on my desk. If I have time tomorrow, I might swing by and check out, a little break. When I get a little break, I might swing by and check it out and stuff like that because there's a testimony I really want to hear. Um, what's the name? There's a testimony that's about to come up that I want to hear, and I know it's gonna kill. The government is gonna bring somebody up on the stand who's gonna kill their case for them. They literally gonna bring this person on the stand to kill their case for them. Guarantee it, because I need to see. I just want to hear how they're gonna do it because this shit is so exciting, and what I mean. You gotta.
Looks like Super dropped off. I'll bring her back up. Yeah, Super, you dropped off. Super, I'm gonna drop the link again if you want to finish your point. Guys, thank Big Super for popping on. He dropped off. Give his opinions on this case. Shout out to UCTG Policia. Thank you, Big Super, for coming on. Live from the Diddy trial, guys. Darnell's basement, right? You say, yeah, Big Super escaped Darnell's. I just noticed he was missing at some point, and Razor said he was in Darnell's basement, so I ran with it. CTG Policia. Yeah, shout out to you, CTG. I'm gonna get you that rent, CTG. Also, I just couldn't do it while I'm up here on this phone. Hit that like button. Give me a second, guys. Hit the like button. Big Big Soup backslides out of the church on occasion. Shout out to Marco. Pretty female privilege is real. You can do the same coverage, but a pretty female gets 10K viewers in a segment on ABC. Is that Steve from Mittuition? Hit that like button, guys. Give me a second, guys.
You never opened them up for them inside of it. You said they didn't like them, they didn't want them. I said, well, can you back them so I can send stuff back to them? I bought him a cell phone. I just cut it off now. Just a simple thing that they have. It was I said, well, she's not doing it phone. She said she told me it's
Really go to my face.
So I just got it off the other day. I was paying it still. For my agent. For her mother, she wants I straight for me. Whatever they want. Straight for me. I can't respond. He took the job. I bought that Christmas present. He thought I was putting traffic. They opened those packages. I bought all that Christmas over $1,000. I bought my son a car. I bought him a police car for patrol. He put it in the parks department. I took it to the parks department. He had my trash in the parks. And my son said, I'm going to
All right, y'all. Shout out to you guys for watching this live coverage, Diddy trial. I think Diddy's team finished strong on the cross examination of Brianna. Thank you to Big Super for pulling up for a few minutes and telling us what he thinks. He dropped off, but shout out to him. Prosecutors, I think, won the past 2 days though, or the past day and a half of testimony, and then, like I said, the Diddy's team finished up the day strong with their cross examination of the female victims, alleged female victims, which I think they're always going to finish. They're always going to go strong at the females because the females don't have real proof that the stuff happened to them. As far as no police reports and no DNA evidence, so that's an opportunity for the defense to really score some points in front of the jurors. But like I said, there's still a matter of the payments, $100,000, the $20,000, bribery for the video, the blackmail, the Cassie moms. So, but I think the strongest part for the Diddy's team is when they cross-examine the alleged female victims. There will be another female victim for the Jane Doe, maybe tomorrow or the day after. Jane Doe will testify about abuse courtesy of Diddy towards her. Her identity will not be revealed. They are paranoid now inside the courtroom because Mia was doxxed by a content creator, and they have banned like 3 content creators from the courtroom over the past 48 hours. So they're going to be extra careful with this Jane Doe that is supposed to be testifying. I'm surprised Antoine Daniels hasn't applied for journalism credentials so he can participate in White House press meetings. Oh, well, I don't know. Jim G. Benai says hi. Shout out to you, G. Benai. My girl and her sister was in Forbes magazine for Wine Club. They started just cause they're best friends. The journalist that has a connection to Forbes says CTG Policia. Rob Arnott is in the building. Bruce is in the building. Says hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. I appreciate you guys popping up over here. Live Diddy trial. Thank you, Anonymous, for posting that. Live Diddy trial, guys. A whole lot of testimony, whole lot of witnesses. Diddy's team will soon be making their statements as far as his not guilt after the prosecutors finish. And when they stop calling their witnesses, the defense is going to have a chance to do the same. Put out a case why Diddy is not guilty of RICO, racketeering, S trafficking. It's going to be interesting to see about the S trafficking, what Diddy's team is going to be saying when they put out the defense about the sex trafficking. Are they going to be saying, look, these were consenting adults? Is yet to be seen if they were for a victim that was supposedly underage. Now, I don't know about this Jane Doe person that's coming up tomorrow or the day after. What would she say? I would think that they prosecutors at least have one person that will testify that say that they were underage when they were at a freak off or something like that. You would think, but I don't want to assume. But you would think they would put that out there and bring up a witness or alleged victim to testify to that they were underage. He should have taken a deal 15 years. You think he should have took 15 years right before the trial because he was offered 15 years in prison? He said, nope, we're fighting this. We're fighting this. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. What's the verdict? Well, like I said, we're going to see. Is Diddy at prison or home? Hey, you want to? He's at right now. He's in that. He's going back to prison. They probably escorted him out to the other side. But you know, he's in jail right now. He's in a holding. He's in jail, and we'll see that if he will be acquitted or accept a plea deal. You know, and that's up in the air. About another 3 more weeks of this, and we will find out what's the verdict. Maybe he will plea out right before. Like I said, shout out to you, Anonymous. Thank you. Hit that like button. Also, we're in Chinatown, Lower Manhattan. I'm about to go get me some chickens. I had some duck earlier. Give me some chicken from over here, Chinatown. Chicken wing for pie. Duck sauce. Yes. Well, we've seen his family leave. I seen his sons enter. Yesterday we've seen his son. His mom's leave today. That was on yesterday's live stream. So yeah, I've seen his mom. I've seen his sons. The feds want this one, says Stinson. No pity for Diddy, says Stinson. No pity for Diddy. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. No pity for Diddy. Let's go find some chicken. Chinatown over here. Hit the like button. All right, bro.
The boss.
Hit that like button, guys. Go find some chicken. Chinatown. He'll be okay in jail. All right. Raze, you are actually a much more professional reporter than their silly reporters. Oh man, the shade room. So Zed don't like the shade room. I don't even actually watch them actually, so I don't really. I mean, I know what they are, but I don't really watch them much at all. I mean, I don't watch them ever. But thank you. He's an angry man. That's his problem. Says, are you talking about Diddy? Diddy is an angry man. Let's go find some chicken wing fish pie. The extra duck sauce. You pay extra, ninja. You pay extra 50 cents. Ah, hit that like button. Down in Chinatown right now. Beautiful day. No crown fried in that area. Raised. Nah, not in this area. Nope. No crown fried over here. See if the Chinatown Fair Family Fun Center has some chicken. I'm sure they do. Now, where in the world is that, Will? The Chinatown Fair Fun. All right, Family Fun Center. Puppy going down. No pun intended. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you all the new subscribers that's come through since we started coming out here to the Diddy trial. The like button, fresh oyster omelet. I mean, one thing about Chinatown, they have plenty of restaurants out here. A lot of restaurants. They have a lot. They have some just Korean restaurants also. So many places to eat. Said turn right, auto wheel. Do a Q&A. You should get paid for your labor. There it is, Raze. Looks like you're on Mott. Yeah, Mott is over here. I'm not sure. I think this you passed the Chinatown Fair. So I gotta go back and make a left. Yeah, I'm on Mott. So let me go back and make a left. Let me see this Chinatown Fair auto wheel be talking about. Hit the like button, guys. You know, we just cruising around the Manhattan, the lower Manhattan. The courtrooms is right. The courtrooms is right around the corner. But this is a residential area also, Chinatown. That's Chinatown video games right here. Arcade. They had those in Brooklyn back in the days. Of course, it gets raided. It used to get raided all the time. You go inside the game room in Brooklyn. Them raids, boy. You ain't want to be inside there when them raids come. Playing Miss Pac-Man. That's it. So that was it. So that's it. The let me see. The arcade, video game land. It's called Video Game Land. So let me see. That's Video Game Land. So there's food in there. There's food right here. I mean, there's a crepe, T-swirl crepe, Japanese crepe. Chinatown Mott. Swirl. Oh, okay, Chinatown. Oh, kind of. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm blind. It says Chinatown Fair Arcade. I got you. Chinatown Fair Arcade. If caught filming without reservation, you will face expulsion. Oh, I can't even film in here. Hey, Auto Will. They said I can't film in here. It says if caught filming without reservation, you will face expulsion from the store. So I can't even film in here. Ozzy said, what the hell? What they hiding? Like I said, the game rooms in Brooklyn. Growing up, get raided all the time. I was just about to walk in there too. So I seen that sign. I would have had a delete the video moment in Chinatown of all places. In freaking Chinatown of all places. Why delete the video? What? Delete the video. Nope, I'm hot. Nope, I'm hot. Nope, I'm hot. Hit that like button. Oh man. They got the triad gang down. Yeah, triad. I know about the triads. Triads. Yeah. Vanessa Dumplings used to have good deals too. Vanessa Dumplings. I mean, you can't go hungry out here. That's for sure. If you lived around here, I mean, unless you don't got no money. But if you got money, you ain't going hungry for these restaurants. But if you broke and don't got no money, yeah, you still go hungry. Now, a lot of these places, they only take cash, no debit or credit. So, anybody wondering, Ozzy, would I ever go to China? Well, I have no real plans on going to China. Never say never if I'm already over there on Asia in Asia. And let's just say, I don't know, if I'm just over there and I just get the earth. No, 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 no. I don't really got no, not China. Nah. They don't really have great relations with the USA right now anyway. No, not China. Maybe Japan. You can get me to go to Japan. It's a maybe. Look at that duck. Ooh, look at that duck. Look at that duck. Look at that duck. Good. You still trying to get him to go to Thailand? Yeah. No, I mean, that way it's coming at the end of the year, 2025. Don't worry. You know, so with me over there, I'm not gonna do China though. But look at that duck, mouth watering duck. South Korea is better than Japan since English proficiency is way better and the girls are more open to foreigners, says Alive Inside. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. You still got to go to Peru and eat guinea pig like Austin did. Well, that's one thing I'm not going to follow Austin eating that guinea pig, but I'll go to Peru, but not eating the guinea pig. It'll upset my stomach just thinking about me eating guinea pig. Just the name, you know. Food heaven. Guinea pig look like a rat. Yeah, that's why I'm not eating it because it's going to upset my stomach. You know what I'm saying? And no, that'll be a no for me, dog. All right, guys. Shout out to everybody for watching. Thank you. I might come back live later on tonight. Subscribe to the channel. Anybody that is new to the channel, I appreciate everybody who has come through, donations, likes, and subs over the past week and a half, 2 weeks of us covering the Diddy trial from out here in Chinatown. But hit that like button. I'm going to find something to eat again out here. And we'll be back live later on tonight and definitely back live from the Diddy trial tomorrow. All right. Another witness supposed to be Jane Doe is supposed to be testifying tomorrow, I believe. So we'll be back live. Shout out to everybody for watching. I'm Raze, and I am out.